What is going on, Duvall TV? I'm going to go through the mortgage minute and then also the sports minute for the Pacific Northwest. Starting off with the mortgage minute. If you've seen headlines, you saw that the Fed cut the federal funds rate by 0.25% or 25 basis points, which is what was expected. If you have been watching these mortgage minutes, then you would already know that the federal funds rate isn't directly tied to mortgage interest rates, although they are relatively correlated. We have seen mortgage rates trend downward prior to the Fed decision, and then after the Fed rate cut, we actually saw mortgage rates jump just a tad. The remainder of the year, the Fed is expected to cut rates another 2 times, another 50 basis points or 0.5% is the estimate. And with that being the case, we very well likely should see mortgage rates trend downward ahead of those decisions. All this to be said, interest rates are the lowest that they've been in over a year. Now is a great time to look at buying a home. If your interest rate is somewhere above 7%, 7.25, now is a good time to get an application started to see if a refinance would make sense. Now here's a quick scenario showing the difference in interest rates and what that could mean for your monthly payment and savings over the long term. To show you the difference in monthly payment, let's take a look at 2 scenarios, both of which the property value is $1 million. Let's say the down payment is 20%, so $200,000. That's a loan amount of $800,000. Let's say you go from a 7.25% interest rate down to a 6.25% interest rate with that loan amount. You'd be looking at a principal and interest difference of about $530 per month. Which, get this, the difference in interest payments that you're making over the long term, over a 30-year period, is just shy of $200,000. So with this decrease in mortgage interest rates that we're seeing, you could be saving big time over the long term, and now is a great time to look into it. Reach out to myself or Buddy if you have any questions. Now moving into the sports minute. This weekend is a massive weekend for Pacific Northwest sports. Today is the Apple Cup, the day that I'm recording. Go Cougs. Sorry, buddy, although likely it's not going to go in our favor this year. The Huskies are currently 2-0. The Cougs are 2-1. The Huskies have a high-powered offense with Damon Williams at quarterback, Jonah Coleman at running back, who's an NFL prospect. You have Denzel Boston at wide receiver, a guy that's 6'4", 209, going up against a fully new Coug team with 75 new players, new head coach Jimmy Rogers, fully new coaching staff. The only plus for us Cougs this year is that it is played in Pullman, so you never know. Mariners have potentially the biggest series in franchise history, and I'm not exaggerating, this weekend in Houston. Heading into this series on Friday, they were tied with the Astros for first place in the AL West. The Mariners got a big 4-0 victory in Game 1 to move to 1 game above the Astros in the division. Some big news to keep track of is that Brian Wu was taken out of the game prior to the 6th inning due to injury. Fingers crossed that he is able to bounce back and that he'll be able to make his next starts. The Mariners this year are looking to win the AL West for the first time since 2001, so make sure to stay locked into the Mariners the rest of the way. They only have just over a week left of baseball of the regular season, and then it'll be time to have a Duvall TV meetup in T-Mobile Park for a playoff series.